Good morning, friends. Last week in my video, I introduced you to our new reading and writing target. That was, I can use multiple facts related to the same topic to create a piece of writing. And remember that we're focusing on nonfiction, so true stories, and we're focusing on animals. Last week I asked you to read about animals and to write some information about them. So many of you may have already read 3 or 4 or 5 animal stories and done the little worksheet to go with it. Today I'm going to introduce you to some new work that you're going to be getting today. And we're getting ready to compile information, put together information on one specific animal. So remember that I told you I wanted you to narrow down to 3 animals you might be interested in. This week, I want you to focus on one of those 3 animals that's going to be your research project, okay? And your parents are going to be getting these papers where you're going to fill in information, okay? So for instance, the first one, and for those of you that are getting them delivered to you, they're back in front. So the first one says Animal Research, Body and Characteristics. Okay, so this one's all about the animal's body and things about the animal. What does the animal look like? How big it is? How does it move? Does it hop? Does it slither? Does it swim? What sounds does it make? How does it communicate? That's on one side. On the back, you draw a picture of the animal and label its body parts, and then write some other interesting facts. Okay, so that's that one. And then we have diet and habitat. We have babies and young, and we have adaptations and survival. So how does it survive in its environment? So we're going to be spending a couple of weeks filling out this information, which is later going to turn into a book that we're going to make for our writing unit to go with this target. Okay, so I'm going to do a sample of the first paper, and I'm going to read you this book called Koalas. And then I'll just run through and show you how you would fill out the information. Now remember, you'll have mom and dad, Grammy, whoever helps you with your schoolwork will be there to help you, just like if you were at school with Mrs. Bowen. So this is called Koalas. Who am I? I live in the trees, eating green leaves. I have a black nose and long claws on my toes. My big ears are furry, and I'm not in a hurry. Who am I? A koala. Where koalas live. Koalas live in a country called Australia. They live in forests and wooded areas. They live in the mountains and on the coast. Pouch animals. Koalas look a little like teddy bears, but they are not bears at all. Koalas are mammals called marsupials. One of the questions on this sheet is your animal a mammal? That just answered it for koalas, right? They carry their babies in pouches. Kangaroos and wombats are marsupials too. Built to climb. A koala's body is perfect for living in trees. And then this page is all about its body parts. So that would be something that would be helpful on this body and characteristics paper. Life in the trees. Koalas are good climbers. They spend most of their time in trees. This is their habitat. Koalas sleep in trees too. They doze off in some funny places. Could you sleep like this? And they really do sleep like that. Mrs. Bowen saw koalas sleeping in trees when she went to Australia last summer. And they do sleep like that. A koala lives in a small area in its habitat. The area has about 100 trees. This is its territory. Male koalas have a scent patch on their chests. They rub it on the trees. This tells other koalas to stay out of their territory. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole book, but I just wanted to show you how you can get your information for your research. Okay? Now remember, there are 4 categories here, and there's a lot to do. So this is going to be a 2-week activity. You don't have to do everything in one day. So find yourself lots of books on Epic about your animal, and then you can, or Mom and Dad can help you research a different way. There are lots of different ways to find information on your animal, but I want you to start with the EPIC books because there are lots of EPIC books, and try to find an animal that you know you're going to be able to find a lot of information about, not an animal that doesn't have a lot of books on EPIC. But remember, Mom and Dad can help you. Okay, so let's just go over one more time our target. I can use multiple facts, things you learned from your reading, related to the same topic, your animal, to create a piece of writing. All of this later is going to help us make our book. Okay? Remember, Mom and Dad can ask me or message me with any questions.